Get busy in here, get busy in here. Yeah, my squad run deep. Yeah, we really in here. I swear whatever you want, you can get it in here. Comedy or the drama, it's a mixture in here. But you love it in here. Yeah, you love it in here. Got reviews up in here. We got stories in here. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit the bell. Oh yeah, 3 clicks like the shoes on Dorothy in here.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy BusyBlu, and I am back with a special guest. Everybody say hello. Finally,
yes.
Finally, we've done this before, right?
I think on my channel. I don't think I've ever been in your YouTube home.
Oh, you are in for a surprise and a rude awakening. They hit people here.
What?
Yes, they hit people here, girl. And I've been trying to stop them. They like to bite. Some of them like to bite.
Oh no, I'm nervous. I was already nervous, but now I'm real nervous.
You signed the waiver, right?
The what?
Did you? Just make sure you sign the waiver. We can discuss all of that after. It's not important. But everyone, it is Honestly Honaker, aka Maranda. How are you, Maranda?
I'm good. I'm real good today. It's the full moon in Virgo, and I'm a Virgo. So, you know, I've been cleaning all day, getting my mind right.
Does that mean I'm gonna have a mood swing today?
No, us Virgos, like, you're a Pisces, so we're like the besties.
We're opposite signs and we love each other, but Virgo can love you and then they just stop. For reasons, of course, but
yeah,
then it's just gone. And it's just like,
right. Yeah,
like, mood swing today? Am I gonna stop loving someone today?
I mean, maybe. I mean, do you need to stop loving someone? If it's necessary, then it's necessary, you know? I mean, I've been having to cut people off. The negativity is unnecessary sometimes, you know?
Oh my God, the Virgos are always here with the negativity. Always just too much negativity.
And you know what's funny? You know what's funny is I can admit that sometimes we're the negativity. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes we're the ones that need to be cut off because we just don't, like, if something bugs us, you'll either hear it from out of our mouths or you'll read it on our face. And sometimes people just can't really handle it.
Yeah, because you guys are very rude. No, I'm so excited to have you here. To tell it like it is, we talked about this before. We talked about doing murders.
Yeah.
I love murders. One of my favorite podcasts is My Favorite Murder. And I'm just obsessed with serial killers specifically. Please get it right, everyone. Serial killers specifically. I'm not into snapped or one-off murders. Like, okay, it's like go to therapy. I want to know the psyche of serial killers, and I'm also interested in like just unsolved mysteries. For some reason, they just get to me. What happened? Are they going to kill me next?
Yeah.
So we talked about that, and you said you're obsessed with.
Well, I mean, it really depends.
Okay.
Because sometimes, like, I get too scared. So I'll start something and then I'll get in my mind and I'll be like, oh my God, they're going to be at my door. Like, they're about to be, I have to turn it off. They're about to be at my door.
That's true.
And so I start overthinking the situation. So it really has to be something that sparks my interest. Like, I can't do like rapists and stuff, like those kind of things. I can't do it because then I start getting scared that they're following me around. I kind of like stalkers. Stalkers interest me. Like,
what why you don't like rapists because they're gonna follow you around, but you like stalkers?
Well, no, like I get scared that they're gonna follow me around and rape me. But stalkers, like, you know, like Lifetime movies where they always stalking people. The stalkers kind of interest me. Like, I'm wondering why you are stalking that person. What was it about them that interested you to the point where you can't get them out of your mind?
True love.
You're obsessed. Yeah, I mean, on their end for sure, I guess.
Isn't it the movie You? Isn't it all about how much he loves?
Oh, I love You. Oh yeah, that's a good one because he is just one of those crazy guys, and then he gets met with his match, and you're like, oh. Yes.
There's tons of crazy people out here in the world, you guys. Please be careful.
Yeah.
Please be careful. I've already had a bad couple of weeks. I don't need any more tears.
Oh, yeah. So
no more fumes. You guys be careful. Walk with a buddy.
Oh, yeah. Buddy system, you guys.
Yeah, buddy system. If you see something, say something. One of my favorite stories was off of My Favorite Murder, where the young woman, she wrote into the podcast and she basically told them, like, you guys have really changed my life. And it's been amazing. Like she was going to her car, and this woman came up to her because it was that night. She was going to her car by herself, and a woman came up and was like, "There's somebody in your act like you know me." And she was like, "What?" She's like, just act like you know me, just like you know me. So they started talking, and she was like, "There's a man in your back seat."
No.
Yeah, so he gets out and creeps away and around the car. So she stayed sexy and didn't get murdered, but that was a close call.
Yeah, that's scary. That's one of my biggest fears, like with Amelia, is I don't know why I have this irrational fear because it's never happened to me, knock on wood, but that I'll be buckling her in the car and I'll turn around and there'll be someone standing there. Like I get scared of that. Yeah. And so it makes I have all the steps that I'll need, if I'm ever alone with her in the car. Luckily I can't drive because of my medical, reasons. But, if I were ever to be alone with her, I already have
come on, game plan.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I have to plan everything.
I thought someone was going to be in the front seat and drive away. Not that I'm trying to enhance your fears.
No.
That's always my fear.
I'm scared that I'll be in the backseat buckling her in, and then I'll turn around and someone will be standing in front of the car, with a gun or something.
Oh, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, I don't, my mind escalates really quickly. That's why I got to be careful. Like with this case, the Cecil case, I was watching it and I had already known about it because I'm from LA. I'm from the area. And so I already knew about the Cecil and all of that.
Yes.
I was watching it and my mind, I had to pause, and I ended up having a nightmare that night.
No,
because I get so into my head.
Yeah,
I got to be careful. It's it scares. These things freak me out. They're so real life.
Girl, no more for you. This is the first and last one. Not nightmares.
But yeah,
nightmares. Well, I knew about the Cecil. I knew about Elisa Lam because of My Favorite Murder. That's not the only podcast I listen to, you guys. So I don't want to only shout them out but they are amazing. And you need to go listen to it anyway. But I love My Favorite Murder. I love T-Cat, True Crime All the Time. True Cat Crime All the Time, Unsolved. Noir, it's all Black crime. So individuals who were of African American descent who were murdered, or just of other backgrounds. I tried Criminal. Phoebe Judge just does not do it for me. Okay, I know she's Phoebe Judge, and I'm not here for it.
I've honestly never listened to a murder podcast.
See, this is why you're sitting here in the middle of the night having nightmares, because you're just randomly watching murders. That's not smart. That's so not smart.
I need to train my brain to be used to it.
Yeah, or at least understanding why you're into it. I'm solely into it to understand the mind of a serial killer.
Right.
How did you get this way? What conditioned you to be this way? Outside of that, go away from me. Okay, maybe I can make sure that they don't kill me. Not that they were killing Black males during that time. The police was doing that. But I would hope that I've got the tools necessary. Okay, come on, John Wayne Gacy, put it down. Okay, yeah. Put down the rope. I don't need the magic trick. You're not the clown right now. You don't have to be. You're a grown man. Your daddy's not here.
If anyone could talk themselves out of being murdered, I think it's you. For sure.
I appreciate that.
I feel like you would present the case to the murderer beforehand. Look, I know you're already going to do this. I know you're about to do this, this, and this. It's not worth it. I just don't think it's worth it. There's
and
probably
me as
better.
A kill, yes. Think about all of the people in the world. Me, a kill. You're not getting any fame. You're not getting any notoriety. Go to someone. I'll help you pick them.
Yeah, some Big Brother people or something. There's plenty of Big Brother people. I know
exactly where they live and where the studio is. Come with me. Come with me. I can help you. I can help you.
See, and my approach would be mocking everything around them. Ooh, this is your car. It's dirty as hell. What are you doing?
It can go both. It can either go let her out because I'm annoyed, or kill her because I'm annoyed.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if I were in their basement, I'd be like, "Ooh, this is your basement? You could have decorated a little better."
Girl, you need to be trying to figure out how to get those twist ties off of you. You're looking at the decor. I can't. Miranda said, "Look, if I'm at least make it hospitable, if I'm gonna sit here and be kidnapped." Can I get some graham crackers?
Right, like clean and vacuum a little.
Right.
Maybe
the restroom had no tissue. I cannot. These standards. I have higher standards than this. I think kidnapped by better. Okay, so let's get on. It's a BusyBlu will end up counseling the killer, life coach style.
Yeah.
No, I don't have time for that. I just want to get away. So as soon as the tears start to go, my time is up. That was an hour. I'll bill you, and then I'm ready.
Right. Like, oh, you're crying. Let's not. You're doing too much.
No, don't do that. No. See, this is why you got into the This is probably what you needed. A good cry. Let it out. Are you a Virgo? I understand. Do you think Elisa Lam was murdered? Don't you think her name was the same as the TB test? All right, so let's get into it, y'all. So we're gonna go over episode 1 and 2. I just tried to break it down so that we can do another episode.
Right.
So the first episode was more so giving us the premise of what this Netflix series or special is going to be about. And it's called the True Crime or Crime Scene, the Disappearance, the Murder at Cecil Hotel. Is it the Disappearance at Cecil Hotel?
I think it's like Crime Scene, Cecil Hotel, and then underneath it's like Disappearance of Elisa Lam, I think. I could be wrong.
It's the longest title in America.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I couldn't even put it in my description. Netflix, do better.
Right. I
was
trying to hashtag it, and I was like the Disappearance of Elisa Lam, or trying to find it all, and it was like this is ridiculous.
Yeah, give it up, Delicious. You look like a man. It was not. You would not have been able to do it. So we start off with the premise of what happened. They talk about this hotel that, and maybe you can explain it a lot more because you're from there. But it's the Cecil Hotel is this historic building, but also government funded, appropriated building as well. It's been around for over 100 years, I think they said, and it is a known attraction for the mysteries that go on there and the deaths. They've had several suicides, murders, overdosing, people who jumped from buildings, people who have fought in their spouse and they both went from the building.
Yeah.
So there was a lot that was going on in the hotel, and they started it off by just letting us know that this hotel has the history and the name that, and it lives up to all of that. And then we kind of go into some of the things that make it the Cecil Hotel, because I always thought the Cecil Hotel was a nice place. I did. I always thought it was a nice place because of Elisa Lam, and when they would show the hotel, it didn't look raggedy. So I was thinking, okay, it looks nice. I didn't get it, but when that couple came,
they like ripped into the hotel.
Oh my God.
They were pissed. You could tell. They were like, you know what? We are about to drag this hotel, and I'm not going to feel bad about it.
Girl, day by day, you would have thought they took notes, okay? The way that they dragged, and they were so methodical, and each dragged so effortlessly, and they had the details down. They had the details down. Brianna said the hotel has bad energy, period. Now, it's down in the what district?
It's in downtown, the downtown area. It's right across or right behind or in front of Skid Row, which is not a very good area. But it's what sucks is that Skid Row has a really bad reputation and all these things, but it's like society and the government push them into that section. And so it's like, what else is it supposed to turn into when you're not helping these people and you're shoving them in a corner, so to speak? You're just pushing them aside and letting them fend for themselves and deal with themselves. It'll work out. No, there's going to be issues. There's going to be problems. What I had never thought of until like literally the second was I'm wondering what the history of the land that the Cecil Hotel is on is. Like I wonder if there was some massacre on that land before the hotel was built, if there was some like ancient battle or just anything that could make the energy so negative, because I can't think of any, like the hotel was a beautiful hotel when it was built. It had, I guess, okay intentions, to be a business, things like that. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, all of these negative things started happening. And Skid Row wasn't a thing back when it started. So I'm curious what the history of the land is. Like, I wonder if there was like a Native American massacre or something, you know, that happened there. I don't know. But
You know
I
what I
just
think
thought
it
of that.
is? Too many transients. You know, it's a lot of energies
Yeah.
that have been in that hotel because they said that it was a popular tourist attraction. Not like a place where you're like, oh my God, I got to go back there next time.
Mhm.
You stay, you go, you stay, you go. And
Yeah.
homeless people. That's a lot of energy in one
Yeah.
building.
That's true.
It's just too much.
Yeah. And then like because I mean, I've driven past Skid Row before, and it is definitely a somber experience. It's not like the best feeling. So maybe that has to do with it. But like I said, Skid Row is, in history's term, is a relatively recent thing.
True.
You know, for Los Angeles. I think Los Angeles is like 100 and something years old, the city itself. Skid Row, I think, came about in the 60s or 70s, maybe 80s. I honestly don't know the history of that.
The 80s. It started in
Okay.
the 80s. So you guys, Skid Row was created because, and this was just very fascinating to me. The California government had decided that they needed to put these individuals somewhere. The crack epidemic had arose, and crime was going up because people were doing whatever they needed to do with their illness that they were dealing with to get the drugs. They needed to satisfy the need. And instead of actually helping and assisting these individuals get the help that they need to get off of these substances, they said, you know what? You're never going to get a job. We're tired of putting you in jail. We're getting overcrowded. Let's just put you in a, it was almost like a concentration camp.
Yeah.
Because they would put them there, and then it was like, you cannot leave. Like they were not letting any of the individuals who got on Skid Row leave. So then you're just adding more and more and more and more in. What if Cecil Hotel was this, amazing tourist attraction? When did it become run down? Because if they were like, yeah, we'll put these drug addicts, homeless people right behind this famous hotel, no one would go for that.
Well, didn't they mention that in the 30s when the Depression happened was when it started kind of getting a little run down and not where it was at one point? Like, if I remember correctly, the 20s was when it was like in its heyday. It was glamorous and all that. And then the Depression happened, and that was kind of when things started to just drop. And you know what? I think that's actually when it started to become like a negative energy place. You know, people who were losing their jobs started going there, killing themselves, things like that. I think that's the time that it started. And so, yeah, and then you add that a few decades later with the negative energy of, the sad souls who come through it or walk past it, things like that. Yeah, that's probably, what's going on.
It's just a lot of negative energy there, and it just got worse and worse. And then it seems as if, and I'm not sure when specifically, and I want to see if I can figure that out. It says that they begin to, no renovation. I'm trying to figure out when the government decided to start taking over and started granting at least a subset amount of rooms for individuals to stay there.
I think that happened in the 90s or late 80s, I think. I could be wrong there too.
Because I promise you guys, we watched this.
Yeah. We definitely watched it.
Yeah, so I know that Richard Ramirez was staying there. You guys know who Richard Ramirez is. He's the Night Stalker.
Yeah.
He was. He don't really do nothing for me. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are spooked of him. He just seemed like he was trying to prove something. And
yeah,
he doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't impress me much
at all. It's like, girl, you're not that girl. And the whole crowd beat you up. You got beat up. Like the whole crowd beat you up. So it just something about him doesn't. Sorry, he doesn't scare me. He never did. Now I'm sure his breath would have knocked me out because his teeth were horrendous, but he doesn't scare me. Nothing about Richard Ramirez scares me. His life was crazy, and what he went through was crazy. And to know that he lived in the Cecil Hotel, he taking off his shoes and walking in bloody feet.
He was bold. He was bold.
Well, guess who else was
that.
living there, though?
Yeah.
Those are the people who are living there. Pick that blood up while you go.
Right.
Those are the people who were
Isn't
living
that crazy?
there.
I could not, like, if I saw someone, like, I don't know, I guess if I saw it every day and I just was minding my own business because I didn't want to get murdered, I guess, sure, I could look the other way.
Pretty much.
I would
Steve,
definitely.
this is the 13th time this week. I told you, please wipe your blood off before you come into the building.
We even put a water bucket in the back. Dang, with a rag.
Please. So it started to get a little more rundown. You know, it has to be a sad day for whomever began the Cecil Hotel. And then you see this big old thing on the side of it. Cecil Hotel, low daily, weekly rates, 700 rooms. They're giving out low rates.
You know what bugged me every time they show that darn sign was in front of the daily where they didn't fully get off the mon part when it used to be monthly. It's like can you be efficient? If you're gonna do it, then at least commit and get it all off. Like that just bugged the heck out of me.
Who's paying for that?
I know. Like, did you use a coupon?
They're
was
like,
it a buy one get one?
Looks good enough. It sure was. It was a buy two get one letter free.
Like they'll never notice. No, Miranda noticed. Miranda noticed in 2021. She noticed, and it was.
She saw it. You know what? I think that it definitely it keeps down the value of even wanting to stay there. But so the government took over the building, y'all. Sorry, we were supposed to get into it, but I couldn't find it. They took over the building and they made a subset of rooms available to individuals who were homeless on any type of federal assistance. And it ranged from they could pay a daily rate, a monthly rate, or sometimes they'll be there for years as permanent residents. And it seems as if they took up majority of the hotel, if I'm not mistaken. We'll get into that, I guess, episode 2. But it seems as if they took up majority of the hotel. So these individuals, you sit here thinking you about to go downtown, see Christina Aguilera, where's Steve Harvey? No, nobody wants to see him, never. But where the celebrities, and then you get slapped with by a crackhead.
Right. And it's like they didn't even have like separate elevators or anything for that. So if I were paying to stay there and I just walked in and there was someone shooting up or I don't know, I'd be like, oh, let's go to the Best Western.
Right. Give me the Motel 6, anything but this. Super 6, Super 8. I need to get out of here. I wonder what the manager does. Oh no, just LA. Check it in.
Yeah, right. Like, oh, that's just room number 1410. They're funny. You'll see them again. They're busy. They're in and out all the time. Don't mind them. If they lunch for you though, just step to the side. It's normal.
That one bites. Don't get in the elevator with that one.
Yeah.
Smoking or non. Okay.
Right.
So what else happened in episode 1? So we talked to a couple of individuals who lived on Skid Row, and they talked about how difficult it was, and how hard it was, even trying to get out of it. I was proud of some of the individuals who were on Skid Row, and they had been employed now for like years and like really gotten themselves together. So you can change. There is a way to make a change in your life.
Right.
So I was proud of those individuals who were doing that. Getting to this couple, y'all. So there was a couple. I don't know if they was bored at home one day. They must got money because they was like, let's go to America.
Right.
Okay? And let's go downtown. And I don't know if other people do this. I'm not looking for downtown anything. Like I want to go see it, but I'm not trying to be or stay downtown anything unless it's like.
No, I don't want to be downtown. If I'm going to go on vacation, I want to be rich for the week or whatever. I want to live it up. I want to mingle with the upper class. I don't know. I want to feel like I'm not in my normal life.
Right.
And I'm poor normally. Like I can't.
We all are.
I can't go mingle with the rich in my everyday life. So if I'm going to vacation, I'm going to save enough to vacation.
No, it doesn't have to be a rich hotel. It just needs to be a hotel that at least has brochures. And they're like, you can see these sites. I mean, I'm still broke. But I don't want to be downtown. It just gives me Old downtowns give me historic buildings, industrial revolution. They give me banks and corporate. I don't know of downtowns being where you want to be, unless it's like one little small strip of it. Outside of that, they looked up downtown and they were like, oh, we're going to be right there. That was false advertisement. Okay. Right in the middle of downtown, you get close to everything, walking distance to the crackheads. Yes. Okay. And they can give you something to feel like you're at the Hollywood sign. Let me see if I can find the
Which is funny because next to LAX, there's so many nicer hotels, and you're still in okay distance from everything. You're actually like kind of like near the middle. Like you can go in one direction, get to the beach in 30 minutes. You can go one direction, go to the Hollywood sign. Other direction, go to the studios. You know, like your LAX, I think, is in a good location. So I was surprised to see that they ventured so far from LAX, like all the way to the train station, which I guess it really isn't that far. Then when you're presented, you're leaving LAX, there's nicer hotels in the Cecil, safer hotels. But then again, they didn't know where they were staying. If I remember correctly, which would have been my first, one of those, like, oh, you're not going to tell me where we're staying. Then I can't go.
Oh, it was like, was it a price line? Like, guessing this is where you're staying?
I don't remember. I just remember him saying like, oh, we didn't know where we were staying. It was one of those.
Where were they from? Because maybe a train isn't that uncommon for them.
Well, I believe they were from like the northern England area because they had heavy accents.
Very.
But not London-y accents,
So y'all, they said that they checked out. I mean, they checked in. Okay, ready to go.
Yeah.
They get inside. It's okay. It's okay. And then they get to their room. Okay. Y'all, when I said the thing is, they documented. They documented everything. Okay. They wrote it down and they also videotaped it. It looked like
it was embarrassing.
It looked like, what's that island that all the criminals was on the West Coast?
Oh, I don't remember.
Come on, y'all.
Next to San Francisco, right? I remember I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name.
Rikers Island. Is it Rikers?
Yeah, Rikers.
Rikers Island. It looked like something that would have been isn't
Rikers in New York?
Maybe. I don't know. Alcatraz.
Thank you.
Oh, shout out to Jay Escort saying, hey, Busy and Miranda. I actually stayed in a hotel a couple of times 5 years ago. I didn't see anything. The rooms were small and the showers are in the hallway. It was cheap, but I wouldn't recommend it. Did you drink the water?
Yeah. This is 5 years ago?
What color was the water?
Oh, so this was after Elisa Lam. You were brave.
What color was the water?
They were brave.
Did you see anything interesting on put it in the comments, let us know. You can't just throw that out there and feel like you're done.
Yeah.
Did you see any people who were addicted to substances? Like what? Let us know.
Give us the details.
Was that lady there? Was there a white lady there with pursed lips and blonde hair?
Well, she had to have been. If it was 5 years, she quit or got fired, whatever, in 2017. So that was about 4 years ago. So, maybe.
That must suck for her. She put her all into that.
She was weird. She creeped me out. Her eyes were like empty. Yeah.
You know how hard it is to run?
Yeah.
We did what we can. First of all, are you sure? Because you also let us know that you had no background in hotel management.
Yeah. So, the whole thing, there was multiple times, I wish I had written them down. I almost took notes, so I was prepared, but I didn't. There was one time where she said something and I was like, what? You're really saying that? And there was like multiple times, really. She was strange.
Oh, for sure. What she did do is say, look, I'm here. What you're not going to do is talk about the Cecil Hotel on my watch.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do the interview because I'm trying to get my job back.
Right.
So they get into the room, y'all. Disgusting. It looks disgusting. It's just so, it looks like I don't know, y'all. Something that, I don't know. I can't explain it enough. It just looks like a jail cell. It had one of those heaters that stand up on the wall like that.
Yeah.
Very old school, and steam come out when it's done. It was just raggedy. It was really raggedy. And so they didn't switch to another room yet. So they decided, you know what? We're only gonna be in and out, so it don't matter. Okay, we're only gonna be in and out. We're gonna be in and out. They decided to get up early in the morning. Okay, when the broadcast is out. Okay, early in the morning. They said, you know what? Because we're downtown, let's take a stroll downtown. They walk outside. Not even 2 seconds later, you know, somebody was like, "Yo, I got that ride. I got that ride. Do you want that ride? Yo, you look real good, Miss Thang. You know, you got that ride. Okay, 2 for 1 special." They were taken aback.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it would take anyone would be like, whoa, you know, especially if you're from a nice area, which I'm assuming they were. I know they got, you know, addicts and stuff in the UK, but I don't know where they're from. If they could just drop a trip to Los Angeles on a whim, I feel like they're probably from a nicer area. So that was probably like, oh, you know, oh my gosh.
No, sir, I don't have anything.
Yeah, I got tea and crumpets for you, but I don't got any money. You know, one of those.
Did they go back to did they go back to the hotel, or did they stay out? I can't remember.
I mean, I don't know. I think they went sightseeing, to be honest.
God, that's brave. Because once I would have realized, is this it? I'm going back home. And y'all would have had to tell me that, oh, no, you should have just walked a little bit further. Your blessing was there. No.
And to be honest, you guys, like, I don't think LA is anything to sightsee. It's nothing special. Maybe, I don't know. I just don't see, like, the oohs and ahs about it. You know, like,
you're from there.
I know, but it's like, even if I wasn't, I don't think I'd be impressed. I think if I were to go on a trip to California, I'd rather go to the beach areas, you know, especially if they're from the UK where it's pretty dreary and cold. I don't know how often they're swimming in the ocean, but surely, I don't know. LA, boring. There's trash everywhere. You're stepping in gum. Someone probably pooped on Donald Trump's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Like, you're going to be walking into a diaper or two. Like, it's a mess.
True, but we don't get that in our media. In mass media,
of course, and you're not going to, because they're trying to sell you. They're trying to sell you the awe of Hollywood and LA, but it really is not that nice. On top of that, like, all of the studios aren't even in Hollywood. They're in Burbank. So if you want to go to the studios and go on tours of the studios, you're going to be going on a little trip because you're not in the area for all of that.
How far is Burbank away?
I think it's like 30. Well, it depends on where in LA you are, but it's in there. It's on the outskirts of LA. So it's like a 30 to 45 minute drive. I lived in the Long Beach area, and it would take me a solid hour with traffic, or an hour and a half. It's too much. It's not worth it.
Well, it is. I'm just trying to figure out where to go when I get famous. So you say when I leave LA.
Oh, well, if you're famous, then sure. Because you can go to Beverly Hills, you can go to Rodeo Drive, you can spend that famous money.
Somebody hold my bags. Okay,
yeah.
You, sir, hold my bags. I don't want you rock.
Like, for my 16th birthday, I wanted to go to Beverly Hills so bad because I wanted to go where all of the famous people like Paris Hilton and Britney Spears went to lunch and they shopped. You know, I went to Kitson and the only thing I could afford was a G-string.
Did you use all your money on it?
It was a $30.
Oh my God.
I only got one.
I hope you still have it. Adorable.
When I tell you, I saved it up until last year because I was like, I'm going to get my $30 out of this. Yeah.
There's no fabric in a G-string. You ladies, don't you ever pay $30 for a G-string. Go to Hot Topics. You know, it may be colorful and the glow up in the dark, but so what?
So we went to Kitson. I shopped there. I got my underwear. And then we went to go eat at the Ivy. You know how expensive their food was? It was too much.
I have no idea.
It was a little much. For like a club sandwich, it was like $25. So we said no. And
what type of bread was this?
I don't know. It should have been gold flaked, but it probably wasn't. You're literally just paying for the experience in the hopes of seeing a celebrity.
Or getting into a club $25.
Yeah, it was a little much, and it's probably more expensive now. I haven't been there since because I got my experience. I was like, this is ridiculous. And we ended up going to the Grove, or no, we ended up going to some town center where there's like movie theater, and we watched some 9/11 movie. And that was my.
Everybody talks about the Grove.
I think it might have been the Grove. And we watched some 9/11 movie. And we saw that one guy. He sings about like stuff. Alan's son, someone's son.
Sure.
I don't know.
He's your favorite. You listen to him all the time. He was in your favorite movie.
No, I don't remember.
You have all his albums.
I was not impressed because I didn't realize who he was. And so I was like, who the hell is that guy?
He's like, oh, that's Alan. Yeah, let's go, y'all.
That's that guy's son from that show. I don't know. But he
Did you show him your G-string?
No, I should have thrown it at him.
You should have. Look what I got for $30.
But yeah, so LA, you guys go somewhere else. Go somewhere better.
As you all can see, she is not on the who does that? It's not commerce. She's definitely not working in the Department of Commerce for LA.
Oh, Alan Thicke. His son was there. Ryan Thicke. I don't freaking remember his name.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, you saw him? Robin Thicke?
Yeah, there you go. Robin Thicke. See, I didn't even care enough to remember his name. Yeah.
He's amazing. Robin Thicke.
Well, he was like mediocre height, and I was not impressed.
He stalks people. He did a whole song about his ex-girlfriend, his ex-wife.
Oh, I should have done a dissertation on him. Been like, why are you stalking people?
Yeah, see, I think you'll like him more now. You know, So, the last part of the Lost in Los Angeles episode is when we talk about Elisa Lam. Now, Elisa Lam is a individual who's coming from
Canada.
Okay, I was going to make sure I was right. She's coming from Canada, and she's ready to see the world. She's definitely one of those individuals who tells a lot more of her feelings online.
Yeah.
And she did a lot of it through Tumblr. I never got into Tumblr.
I was just going to ask you if you were a Tumblr person. I had only been on Tumblr once. I tried it. I couldn't get into it.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, maybe I was too dumb at that age to get it.
No, you're not, because I didn't get it either. So we're not dumb. We're above the rest. That was hooked on phonics so that they can finally get to Pinterest. That was what Tumblr was. Tumblr was just the preparation for Pinterest.
Yeah.
So now we're here and everybody's on the same page. But I did not do Tumblr. I'm sorry.
No, I remember Tumblr. I think it took a tank when they started banning pornography, right?
Oh, I don't know. I truly never used Tumblr.
Yeah, I only remember.
I would only go to Pornhub. Why would I be on Tumblr for?
I know that's
so much scrolling.
Once I read that, I was like, wait, people go to Tumblr for that? I thought that there was like actual free sites for that.
I guess Tumblr is one, and I guess people are posting their own. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Maybe.
R.I.P. And I'm sorry to all of you all who loved it. But get you guys a Pinterest. I'll follow. So she's coming in. She wants this new experience in California. She's really excited to just like let herself go. She's been going through some mood swings up and down and really trying to find her space in the world. They said that she was very vocal and in her words. She had a lot of thoughts. She had a lot of ideas. I mean, she was very judgy. But I hope no creep talks to me. And I was like, whoa, so settle down there, girl. Okay. But she wanted to start dating and just seeing a new life, and she was going to do it at this new in this new area, this new place, and really just try to get herself together. She started taking medication because she started going through depression. So she got in the right dosage of antidepressants, and I
think she was diagnosed with bipolar depression.
Sorry, not depression. It's bipolar depression?
I think she was bipolar with depression, so they just throw it bipolar depression, I think. Okay.
She had a lot going on, but she was persevering. She was like, look, this is not going to stop me. I have my good days, I have my bad days. And she had I don't know if she had a following then, but she definitely connects to people in the way that she writes.
Yeah.
The end of this episode ends with Elisa Lam goes missing. You know, she's this bright, but let me show you guys who Elisa Lam is.
And she starts in San Diego. I'll throw that out there just for information. She starts in San Diego. I think she spent like 3 days in San Diego, which if it were me, I would totally choose San Diego over LA. San Diego is cuter in my opinion.
The gays are there. No, that's San Francisco.
Yeah. No, there's a popular gay.
The gays are everywhere.
Yeah, they're really everywhere, and it's amazing. But San Diego has actually a really good gay community too. But it's a lot more beachy and stuff. So I really liked San Diego.
I don't have the body.
Neither do I, but you can go swimming with sharks.
I don't have the body. Okay, so like Miranda was saying, she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and depression. She would have 4 medications. She had a blog on Blogspot. As well.
She was everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get it out there. Let the people hear you. So you say she started off in San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego.
Love San Diego.
And then she went up to LA, and I think she spent 3 days in LA before she went missing. If I'm right there. It might have been 2 days. It wasn't that long. But I don't think she had intended to be there that long. I think she went missing like the day before she was supposed to leave.
She had a date, right?
I don't think so. I think she went to a bookstore, and then 2 guys came to deliver her books, and then after that was when she went missing.
I don't know why I thought she had a date, or she was looking for a date.
No, I think she met someone, had an interaction with someone, but I don't think it was I think it was just a, hey, how are you? Let me tell you about myself situation at a bar, I think.
Oh, sometimes that's just enough. Someone listen to me. So she's there, and her parents start to get worried, and the girls are worried. The girls are frantic. They're like, she has never not called us back. Like, what is going on? She normally checks in. She already had, some of her messages were very cryptic on Tumblr and Blogspot. You could tell that she was not adjusting well to her medication at the time, and something was off. She started to be a little bit more somber in her words, and people started getting worried. Then her mama was like, "Where is my daughter? Where's my daughter?
Yeah.
Like, I have not heard from my daughter. It's been so many days. What's going on? Where's my daughter?" So it was time for her to check out. And all her stuff was there. Every single thing was there. Well, stank face, stuck face, hotel manager said, "Do you guys know how many times things are stuck there?" So they just wrapped it up, okay, and put that thing away. Okay, this could be a crime scene, but not at the Cecil Hotel, apparently.
Yeah, we don't care about crime scenes. We don't know her. Okay, we're gonna wrap her stuff in a trash bag and put it in the basement.
Right. Use the Dollar Tree ones, not the hefty ones. It was so horrible. So we just were not hearing from her. So soon the police were called. I did not. Are we up to episode 2?
I think so.
Or is this episode 3? What's my computer doing?
I think we're on episode 2 now.
Okay, so we get to episode 2, you guys, The Secrets of the Cecil. We kind of went through a lot of them, but death, destruction.
Yeah, that's pretty much sums it up.
Destruction. People were committing suicide. Like Miranda said, the girls were going in and saying, "Look, I lost my job. Can I get a room?" Okay. And for some reason, people said, "Yeah, sure." And they were jumping from the building. One of them, one individual, she brought her husband down with her.
She's like, "If I'm going, you're going." This is a 2-for-1 thing.
Right. I said,
buddy
system. Part. Okay, buddy.
Oh, you think I'm dying alone? Joke's on you.
Death to us part. Okay.
Oh, then there was that chick that jumped out. She killed someone. She slammed on someone walking by. Can you imagine? What an awful way to end your day.
Y'all. Oh my God. When she said, I was thinking to myself, you know how pissed I would be? And I probably just got me some Krispy Kreme ready to go home. Good work.
Right.
Good work. Okay, the sun shining.
Yes.
Because how big was she?
Yeah, we'd be fighting on the way to the astral. Like on the way to the light, our spirits would be fighting. It'd be a problem.
I was just gonna propose.
Right. I was just gonna get some.
Right.
I was gonna get my Krispy Kreme.
That's
or
crazy.
even worse, like imagine if their day had been awful. Like, biatch, I had just gotten fired, and you ruined my
kind
day.
of sums up the day if they're me. Oh, this makes sense.
Yeah, right. Like, okay, so you're in the astral, and you're like, well, I couldn't have.
I don't know
worse,
why I didn't see this coming. I have no idea how I didn't see this coming.
All I had to do was look up, and I would have seen it coming.
Makes sense to me. This is why I'm fired. This is why everything's going wrong in my life. I never looked up. So they had that. What else was going on there? They had a lot of overdoses. Because remember, we had people who were staying there who were recovering addicts or addicts themselves who were federally funded. Well, I don't know if they're federally funded. The Cecil was state funded. So you had people who were there for years. I mean, the Night Stalker was there, my God. Okay, so he was doing his crazy drugs and then walking in with his blood-stained clothes. So it was very weird things going on there. So
and then you had that man who was like, yeah, I didn't go past the 6th floor because anything past the 6th floor, or was it the 14th floor? It was one of those floors. He's like, people died up there. Like, if you wanted to live, you knew better than to go past the 6th floor. I was like, oh, there was rules? Like, everyone knew not to go past the 6th floor? What happened to the people who didn't know? Are they the ones that died? Like, I kind of wanted to probe his brain a little bit more because he probably has some stories.
That sounds like tall tales. But was that the janitor? Because the janitor was on it.
Yeah, I felt bad for him. I don't know. He seemed like a guy who's just trying to go to work. Then he got wrapped up in this crazy white lady who like has a stone cold face, and then death and water.
Would have been better at a morgue.
Yeah,
Same, I guess.
Like he seemed like the kind of guy that was like, damn, I was just trying to come to work. Why did this have to happen to me?
Check the stupid water. Oh, not this again.
Right.
So they decided they want to change up management for the hotel. And they bring in someone who has no experience managing a hotel. I don't even know this lady's name. Let me look it up for y'all so I can make sure that I'm giving her because she did work hard.
Yeah, I guess she was busy.
A lot of people died on her watch, but she did work hard. Yeah. Her name is Amy Price, stone-faced Amy Price. Let me show you.
You know what? I've never met an Amy that rubbed me right. Every Amy I've ever met, they've always made me go, And so that makes sense that she's an Amy.
Something about you ain't right. Look at this lady. Look at her.
Yeah, look at those lifeless eyes. I guess maybe working at the Cecil for 10 years will give you lifeless eyes, but her eyes freak me out. Look at that smile.
Look, you just work at the Cecil Hotel and think that you're not gonna. We really like it here.
Yeah, it's freaky. She kind of freaks me out.
She's just. Let me not go into that. But that's her, y'all. She ran the hotel for years. She had no experience. So what she decided she was going to do is say, look. Boom. I ain't never run a hotel before, but let me tell you what we about to do. Hilton. This is about to be the new Hilton. We're about to really do it up. And she had all of these dreams. She had all these drawn mock-ups. Somebody should have taught her how to do her job, and she should have went to school because California said, this is cute. This is very cute. I love your ambitions. But you can't do that stuff. It's actually zoned and coordinated by our city department. And a certain amount of those rooms, so 700 rooms, have to be residential or rent by month, by week, daily.
Yeah, that's actually really funny because I could just imagine them all in the board meeting, her like with her presentation, and them just sitting there like, so let me break it to you because you went in depth here.
Yeah, first of all, great job.
That is not going to happen. Okay. Not going to happen. That's next to Skid Row. I don't know if you knew what you were getting into accepting this job, but all of that, it's not.
Yeah, let's start back at slide 1, and then anything past that is not going to work. Anything past that's not going to work. But this is what you have to work with. But I will say I love her tenacity. It takes a woman like that who looks like she has no life to really, tunnel vision her strength. Was she getting paid good? Do you see what this hotel looks like? They couldn't even afford to get the letters off of the sign. Do you think that they're paying her well?
Yeah, she must have been real desperate.
Very, unless there was like, look, this is a big deal, and if you can renovate and make this into something new, we're gonna give you a promotion.
Yeah.
So maybe she was going for the promotion. She wanted a raise. So she was very ambitious. Did she have children?
I don't know. I don't know.
She didn't say she did. She didn't say she had a personal life at all.
No, she mentioned her mom.
She did call her mother. That's a sad.
Yeah. Yeah, she told her mom. She called her mom before she called the police.
As always.
Yeah.
Like we always do. You got to call your mom before you call the police.
I bet her mom was like, call the police?
Right, bro, this is a murder 103. Get off my phone. I'm watching Jerry Springer. So she decided that she was going to renovate the hotel and it was going to be brand new. Mm-hmm. What she was going to do is change those, because you can't technically change the hotel. She made a building adjacent to it, very small, but it was only a lobby. Mm-hmm. A lobby adjacent, and it was called
Stay on Main.
The Stay on Main. Okay. It was supposed to be this new. It gave me like if you have ever been to the Flamingo, it gave me the Flamingo feel. Where it's just
like orange.
Right. But but very tacky.
Yeah, I saw orange. I was like, oh girl, that was your color choice? Orange?
I guess she wanted something that was gonna just stop up. And they didn't even give her a budget for this. So she just did cosmetic changes. She painted the rooms. I don't even know what they did with the water or the beds or whatever, but they made it so that the first 3 or 4 floors were all of the rentals. Anybody who was renting something, and then or someone who was going month by month or day by day, week by week.
Yeah, it was. I think 1 and 2, the first and second.
1 and 2
were the rentals. The 3rd and 4th floor were, 3rd through 5th were Stay on Main. And then everything above that was the low income government funded stuff.
That's so many floors. Yeah. That's so many floors.
That's out of 14 floors, you guys. That's a little extra.
Think about how many people could get on the elevator with you. And you're like,
yeah, that's so many people. Who knows how many people were occupying all of those floors? I'm assuming a lot. I'm assuming it was full. I don't know. They never mentioned that from what I can remember, but that's a lot of floors.
A lot. Lot. Wait, they didn't have
I think it was 700 rooms in total in the entire building.
Too much. And you had to be here, unless you were on the 4th floor, you had to hear the nonsense that was going on. I know,
that's what I was thinking. When I was watching it, I was like, ooh, those people on the top of the Stay on Main section, they were really hearing it. Like, they got a lot for their money, you know?
I would have asked for my money back immediately. Yeah. Immediately. Okay, because I'm still running in the crackheads just like if I was at the Cecil Hotel. Okay.
Right.
Just with bright orange paint. Now I can't sleep because my nerves are overactive.
Yeah.
So she did all of that, and then for some reason, I don't think that we got a true explanation. They could not create a side elevator because I was thinking maybe we could create a freight elevator where it's an adjacent to the building and it goes straight to just 3rd and 4th, or an elevator that strictly goes to 3rd and 4th. I don't know if the technology 3rd, 4th, and 5th. I don't know if the technology was out then, but they had to go in the same hotel as everybody else.
Yeah. I mean, well, I would hope so. It was only 2007 when she started working there, so I would hope that they would have been able to build that. What was surprising to me, and maybe you could pull up a picture of the actual building, Stay on Main. If I remember correctly, they had the entrance and then they had like 4 floors in that building. Why didn't they just make those floors to Stay on Main? I don't understand why and maybe I just don't remember what the building looked like. That was weird to me. I was like, so it looks like there's a bunch of floors on this actual building. Why aren't you just using those rooms as the hotel?
You know, I thought the same thing. I think that it wasn't, because this whole thing looks like the Cecil.
Yeah, and then that was where I was a little confused too. I was like, okay, so where's the Cecil entrance? Because this is all, like, I wish they would have shown that a little bit more in depth. They kind of just talked about combining the two and that was it. They didn't explain anything beyond that.
No, they know they're wrong over here at Obsessed with Amanda. Girl. Okay, so this is the stay. So this is the stay on Main. It looks like, and then this is the entrance to the hotel.
Can you zoom?
Or is this it? Yeah. Okay, cool. Whatever you need. No one uses DuckDuckGo.
Okay, so I thought that building to the left of it, I thought that was connected to the Cecil.
Oh, this one over here, the loans where you can get your loans.
Oh my gosh, I thought it was connected to the Cecil. And so I was like, why did they just make that the hotel? Like,
but to be
honest, those are probably really expensive apartments. Those ones on the left. Yeah. Downtown has suddenly become like the place to be. I don't know why.
Well, is Cecil Hotel still up and running?
I think it's still the government funded building, but I don't think it's being utilized as a hotel right now. I honestly don't remember or know too much about it. So it makes sense why they couldn't add anything, because look at how limited they are.
They didn't get any funding. I mean, most of it's from the government, but the government pays that back to you after it's already spent. Who knows when that's going to come back to you? And then the individuals who bought the hotel, they weren't going to give any money anyway. So it was just like, girl, she did her best. I'm gonna, she was determined. I'm not gonna knock the lady once she's down and fired. She did do her best. She did what she could, and people stayed there. It started to work. People started to see stay on the Main instead of the Cecil Hotel. And I think that's where Lisa Lamb stayed. She stayed in the Main, right? Stay in the Main, right?
Yeah.
And then so did the two couples stay in the Main as well?
The British couple, they thought it would stay on Main. Well, I remember them saying that they didn't know what hotel they were staying at when they signed up for their package. They didn't know the hotel. They just knew when they walked in and they were dropped off. Like, here you go. Enjoy your stay at this death hotel,
Pretty much. Look at these rooms. This looks like your first year college student. Just accept the cookies. Okay. You're a first year college student.
That actually looks better than I thought it was going to look.
This looks like, first of all, an extreme Target shopping trip. Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, all that orange is too much for me, and adding the blue, like, no, it's too. I don't like orange. Oh my gosh, like the 70s just threw up all over you. Look at that hand chair.
Yeah, what was she going for here?
I don't know. Abstract. I don't know. Oh, that's a nice picture.
This one.
Oh yeah,
it really shows you the room. It really gives you the essence of the room. It really lets you know your cool, calm, warming space. I love the mystique about it.
Yeah, it's very mysterious, and I like how close. Like, here is how close your bed is to the drawer.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a photo that a lot of people overlook, but we have keen, keen eyes. We see right through this.
Right. There's another hand chair.
What is this art? Are those loofahs?
I don't know. They look like bubbles. I don't know why the TV is where
this TV is so ill placed.
Maybe the TV should have gone where the art is, right above the hand. Yeah, I feel like this should be a new series for us, critiquing decor options and choices.
Yeah, because this is a mess.
Yeah.
This is a mess. Why is this even here? Why is the TV there?
And what is the TV on? Is that Michael Myers?
Girl, it looks like Dracula.
Because that would be on trend and on brand for the Cecil to have a horror movie on the TV.
Obsessed with Amanda would think so.
Yeah. And those, I mean, who had their period all over the bedding?
Period. It looks like a casket. It looked like we just covered it up. We're getting ready to finish the service. This is so scary. I am not a fan of this at all.
No. Are those drawers underneath the bed?
I think that's where you put your clothes. Because this room doesn't have the fancy drawer. Dresser. This one doesn't have the fancy dresser.
Yeah, our favorite dresser is not. They gave that to the orange room, not the red room.
I mean,
I like that. I think that's pretty.
You can see that in any Virginia high school, right when you walk inside.
Really?
Unfortunately.
Oh, well, that it impressed me, that part.
See, you don't like LA, but you like the little compass on the.
Well, it just gives me like 1920s vibe. Okay, I see dorm room right there. That picture is definitely dorm room. I've never been.
We can still book. Oh no, we can't book. What is this?
What is that chair? That's
Are
really
they
long
saying that you have an office area?
Well, they're trying to sell it. Look at how low that lamp is. Oh my god.
This is supposed to be the office area. This is supposed to be the office area.
Yeah. You can really do a lot of work there in your fold-up chair.
Y'all, they
provided a trash can.
You have to pay more for this room, y'all. Would you like a room with an office space? Would you like
it's separate from the rest of the room and everything.
Oh my god, it's a no for business. What is this white?
It looks like a TV.
Motorola and this Dell computer that they put up here and try to make it seem like it's a flat screen TV. All of this is a no for me.
It's definitely a no for me too. And that carpet is just so dark. Like, well, I understand why they chose the dark. They probably got a lot of
blood stains and stuff like that. And
wow!
Do a double if you want to. If you're feeling, like you want to room with your brother, sister, random roommate, because that's what Elisa Lamb was doing.
This is very Valentine's. They're trying to sell Valentine's Day here.
That's true. You feeling it? Wait a second. Why is this phone here but not in the other room? I'll be mad if I came with a group and I'll be like, "Why you got a Motorola?" And mine's got a cord to it. I'm switching rooms right now.
Well, they got 3 pillows, and they really tried with the white and the in between the 2 reds. They were trying.
I mean, we got to give the girl her credit, but this looks so lumpy that I don't want to lay on him.
Yeah, that looks like.
Where is the TV in this room? Don't try to hide it from us.
Oh, it's in the shadows right there.
Wait a second. Can they go in the attic? Is there extra storage in there? Do you pull that down at the top?
I know. What is that string? Is that like the AC unit? Do they have AC?
No central air conditioning in to stay on main. This is crazy. I wonder what she was going for, because like now we have these.
Well, that I think was part of the original build.
Was it?
Well, I mean, that's what it looks like to me. I think all of that is the original construction and all that. I think the only thing they redid was the rooms. What is this?
This is the luxury. This is the luxury bathrooms.
Oh, okay.
Shower curtains straight from Walmart. Luxury bathroom. Is that a candle? What is that?
I don't know, but those towels were uneven and I hated it.
We're only taking a picture here for promotion. Nothing serious. Plastic cups. You get a different shower curtain.
Well, that's the orange bathroom. That must be the public.
Oh, okay. This is level 4.
Yeah, this is for the community. Are those communal computers?
Yeah,
that's nice.
It's the business center, girl. It's the business. It's the business center. I wonder if everybody was allowed in the business center. They got at Max in the business center. And you can go to the rec room, girl. You can go to the rec room. Look and you have everything to your liking. You have ping pong, 2 chairs, and a television. You got ping pong. You can do Duck Duck Goose. You can watch a television show and guess. You can watch Jeopardy and guess the answers. Yeah. The sky's the limits. The possibilities are endless. Okay.
And the red door, I love it. Oh, is that the bar?
And it says, I'm sure it says "Do not enter." It's just here for just fun.
Yeah.
This is I mean, that's what it looks like. I wonder, could the people who live in the Cecil Hotel go into the stay on Main?
Yeah, I'm wondering that too.
I'm just here to get a soda.
Ooh, vending machines. Nice. Okay.
This is okay. So the hallways look a little bit more upgraded.
But still a little drab.
Yeah,
it's boring.
It's just paint. It's just paint. Did not. They need to throw that away.
Yeah.
The Walt Disney Concert Hall. Now they're trying to give us nearby attractions, girl. You can't fool us. But we have bunk beds.
Is that ladder bent? There's not even an entrance onto the bed from the ladder. You just have to climb over the bars.
Oh, it looks like it's one here. One.
No,
two.
like up on the top. You know how normally bunk beds have like a little opening?
Oh, yeah. All in. You got to go all in.
Yeah, you got to just roll on and hope you don't fall off.
Why would anybody want to? It's the single bed and female dormitory. See, this is what the problem is. You know what? A jack of all trades is a master in none. This hotel is trying to be a residence inn. It's trying to be a rental property, government assisted property. It's trying to be a high-end, low-class inn, dormitory, dormitory, male dormitory, restaurant, recreational center. You got to pick one.
They're trying to put on many different costumes and pretend like they're a different person when they're really just the same person.
Yeah, girl, we see you. And
they're not fooling anyone. Yeah.
I'm sorry. And then are these even twin beds, or is these where the children stay?
Like the children's table, it's the children's room.
Yeah, okay. This bed's too soft. Okay. This looked like the baby bed.
I don't know how those beds
just right. These are so little. These are baby
those are tiny. I mean, I prefer those beddings to the other ones for sure.
I'm sure, and I hope that the kids love it.
Yeah.
Where are the dressers? Where's the television? Y'all stop hiding the television from us. I see what y'all
doing. They did.
Me and Maranda.
The drawers too. They haven't showed any more up close drawer pictures.
Oh my God. Y'all phony. Okay, wait. Is there a light down here on the second part?
It looks like it. I could be wrong though.
I see just a random cord hanging because that's great.
Mm-hmm. That's
I so can't. Would y'all live in one of these?
No.
Oh, wait, these are the difference. Sorry, Miranda. We didn't go through the difference. So this one is the female single bed and female dormitory. We almost skipped the male.
Oh, okay.
We almost skipped the male.
They gave the males multicolored bedding.
Yeah, so something a little bit more colorful, a little bit more upbeat, non-misogynist, something to get you out of your comfort zone a little bit.
And it looks like that lamp isn't even really above the actual, like where someone would need the lamp. It looks like it's right above their forehead.
Let's hope you don't move around a lot in your sleep.
Yeah. There's no that is such an inconvenient lamp. That would
glad that they gave us this difference though, because I was concerned. I was like, wait a second, I didn't get the male one, but it's like I did get it, so. Oh, great. Here we go.
So she attempted to
twin bed with shared bathroom.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. The twin room just gets its own bathroom. I wonder if they get those poop-colored walls in their bathroom too.
Can you show us where the bathroom is? Since we gave a whole boat another photo. Which one are you selecting? This one or this one? This way or that way? I can't. So go ahead.
Yeah. So she tried to. The attempt was there, and I appreciate that. She probably worked best, well with what she had, what she was given. She definitely wasn't going to come out of her own pocket for any of this. So who knows? Maybe she did.
I'm not sure because the girl did say the hotel had been having murders. Since been having murders. If y'all came in jeans and a t-shirt, I would have been like, just get to work. Yeah. She said nope. She put on cherry red lipstick. She started putting on her blouse. She had on a nice pinstripe skirt, and she came to work good morning. She had on pearls.
Yeah. And heels. Like she went there thinking that she was at the Ritz-Carlton and she was ready to make some changes in the world. So maybe she did put some of her own money into it. Maybe she thought it was like an investment. I really don't think that she knew what she was getting herself into.
She should have invested in her resume and cover letter and gotten another job.
Yeah.
Because this was just not, she didn't have, I feel like it was high stress. She was trying to prove herself to someone and she wasted her life because now she has that she doesn't even work there anymore. It was there for over 20 years. She's seen over 100 deaths. Well, I don't know what she's seen, but there were over 100 deaths while she was working there.
And she like is now known as the Cecil Hotel murder manager, you know. Would you hire her looking at her resume? I don't know.
Only because of her experience of being there for so long, but I'm not going to give her anything fancy. I'm going to say she used to work there, so we're going to listen to her.
Yeah, and I definitely don't think I would put her in like the creative department. You know, like there's no decorating for you. We'll give that to someone else. You know, maybe you can just be there and like intimidate or scare people because of your eyes. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you a story about the first murder.
Yeah.
She could do that very well.
Or like she would be really good at like managing the pool area, you know, and like implementing the rules. Like, kids, I told you, no splashing. Don't you know I worked at the Cecil? I've seen murder.
4 feet. 4 feet. No diving for 4 feet. You out of the pool.
She would be like that guy, Jerry or Terry from Soul, the one that is just looking, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Who I love, by the way. I thought he was so adorable. But like, that is like, she would be the rule enforcer at the pool that everyone is just like, shut up. Like, that is who I would hire her as.
I'm so over her. She could just stay outside the hotel. I wonder if she drives by and cries. I think so.
Yes.
For her.
So the British people got there, and they actually got there though after Elisa. I think the day that her disappearance was happening. I think they got there.
Are you sure? Because they seem like they were in the hotel for at least a day or two because they went out to walk before they got caught on camera.
No, so the day that she disappeared, I think they checked in. Okay. And then the next day, I think, was when the cameras all came, or like a day after that or something was when the cameras came. Because I remember them checking in, seeing their ruggedy ass hotel room, like being disgusted but not caring at the same time. They thought it was the vibe. And then they heard, oh, you're staying at the hotel where the lady disappeared at. And they're like, what? Are you serious? And the next day, that was when they saw the cameras. And I love that clip where you could see the chick on the camera and she was like, she was all pissed off.
The fact that they were like in the midst of everything is mind-boggling to me. And great job for Netflix, whoever created or directed this, for going through and getting those individuals. Because she was like, I'm trying to talk to people and they're not letting me know, what's going on. And, I could tell something is going on. Her husband came out upset.
Yeah.
He was just like, what's... They're not telling me anything.
I mean, imagine they probably had already ran into a crackhead or two. They probably had already been attacked verbally or something. They, probably might have attempted mugging. Who knows? They probably had already gone through it, And then they had the water situation and that, but I think that might be episode 3.
So the end of this, during this episode, Elisa Lam goes missing. And everybody's on the hunt. This is when we first get introduced to web sleuths, which I think do amazing jobs. I watch their stuff on Reddit. I don't comment. I just like to read it. But they're trying to crack the case. They're going to solve the puzzle. And I'm going to show you guys really quickly the video. Not the whole thing because we don't got that time. Hopefully I can find it on YouTube.
And it's crazy because I knew that they were coming. I was like, ooh, the internet is about to come through because I know Twitter and there's detectives on Twitter. At least in the big, sure. I mean, we just saw with Big Brother Canada, there are detectives. They will find whatever they need to find and they will find it and they will present the case.
This you.
And so I was waiting. I was like, oh, I can't wait for the internet to come through and make their appearance. And lo enough, the web sleuths came in and I was like, I knew it.
It came through. So, y'all, this is the video. I'm not going to share sound, but we've been looking for Elisa Lam for a while now. It's been a couple of days. Her parents have come into town. Her mother is just distraught. I didn't like how they brushed off the family to the side and was just like, we got this. She's not having any communication with any of you guys. She's not talking. We're trying to figure everything out. We've checked everything. Blase. It was just very...
And you know what I just realized? I wonder if they chose not to be a part of the documentary or if Netflix just didn't bother asking them. I would have liked to have heard their perspective on everything, like maybe what they were going through at this time. I would have liked to know like who maybe realized that Elisa hadn't been contacting them. I would have liked to have heard more from their end, but obviously, like if they aren't wanting to talk about this, is a very
traumatized. Yeah.
Yeah, like I totally get that, but I'm curious to know if Netflix even was, because I don't think I remember them even putting at the end like we tried to contact them and they weren't interested.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I don't remember that at all either.
And with the way that the police were kind of like, they're not talking, was that their choice or did they just not want them to talk?
He just seemed like he just got in front of
and
her.
If I know the LA Police Department, which I don't like actually know them, but I know their history, I wouldn't be surprised if they just did one of those.
They're not having any conversations right now. We're looking for her. The investigation's open, and that's it. No further questions.
Right, exactly.
It was very weird, and the mom was just sitting back there, just like, "Where is my daughter? Like, where is my daughter?" You could just see it on her face. The sadness.
Yeah, it really broke my heart seeing the family for sure,
and not hearing them.
Yeah, and they looked like they were really going through it, and I'm sure they. And I just realized, like, if it had been anybody else, and I'll just say it, if it had been a white family, I feel they would have been all over the news crying, "No, my daughter!" But I feel like because they weren't, that's why they were brushed aside, and that really like makes me sad.
Immediately, it would have been crazy, madness, mayhem,
and they would have been allowed to speak. They probably would have been pushed to speak. Their lawyers probably would have had them have their own separate press conference.
I don't know where she is. Just get back to me. But no, y'all always treat Canadians like this. Boo, y'all, boo. So after that, the police go to the hotel and they're like, "Look, all hands on deck." They go through the room, but everything's already gone.
Right.
They go through the bags of stuff that she has, but they're not seeing anything mysterious. All of her stuff is still there. And that's when the web sleuths really get involved. They're like, "Okay, let's check all of the stuff she's ever written." So she had timestamps of her life pretty much. She was like, "Look, y'all, I went outside today. A crackhead tried to hit on me. Lunch today was great. I went to an art museum." She was like giving us her life. So they just started getting more and more and more into the story. And I really loved how some of the web sleuths connected to her. I thought it was crazy, but they really connected to her. It's like, oh my God, one of them was like, I can feel her through her writing. It's just like, if you can.
He was really like into that.
If you can, girl, whatever floats your boat, okay? But
whatever inspires you, go for it. But it's a little deep for me, dude.
She's inside of me. I know her.
Yeah.
So it was it, but they were like, "Look, check this, check this, check this, check this, check this," and just like LAPD always does, we already have all of this stuff done. We don't need assistance from anyone else. Okay. Finally, they sit down and see the footages. Okay, now because that wasn't the first thing that we should do.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if any of the web sleuths had asked them if they looked in the water tank, and they were probably like, "We did, we got it
already." They said we already checked the roof. There was nothing that was moved.
So I'm wondering if anyone ever like presented that option to them, like maybe you should check in there, like actually check in there, and they were like, "We already looked around, it was empty," or whatever,
We appreciate the concerns, but we have this. We're professionals.
Yeah. Freaking jerks, I swear.
They are jerks. And the stuff that they're talking about, so we're watching the video, and then we both see her. We both race for the remote, but he got there first because he's younger than me.
Yeah,
that important?
That had me cracking up. I was like, did he really say that and include that? Like, because he's a younger generation than me or whatever it was.
We just got to the young lady who has been missing this whole time, and this is when you decide to talk about her age.
Right.
So y'all, here's the video. They see Lisa Lam. They both stop and run for the remote.
Yeah.
And this is her. She gets into the
elevator.
She gets into the elevator. Now she pushing all the buttons, not all of them, but she pushed all the ones in the middle. The elevator doesn't do what elevator's supposed to do.
Right.
And that was the first thing that got me off. I was thinking, girl, are you gonna close or are you not gonna close? What?
Yeah.
Help me out here. So now she's hiding. What do you think's going on with her? Like, if you could predict the first time you saw it, what were you thinking?
Oh, I definitely felt like there was some like paranormal stuff because there's bound to be angry spirits in that damn hotel. Like there's too much negative energy having throughout its history, throughout now 100 years of being around. There is just too much. So I initially seeing that, I actually had seen this a few years ago, and I definitely thought like, oh, there's definitely something weird stuff going on. It's her right around here where she's like making gestures, or it looks like she's talking to someone that and you know, at the time when I first saw this, I was really big into ghost hunters, ghost adventures.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, there's so ghost there. There's totally a ghost. But I don't know. Now that I know, I have a different thought process.
I thought she was actually getting away from someone, or someone was trying to follow her. And then as this started happening more and more, then I was like, is she sleepwalking?
Yeah, because you could see her, like now that I can see the video up closer more, you could see her pressing that bottom button like a bunch. And apparently, you know, according to the people in the final episode, that's the hold button.
Yeah.
So that makes sense now.
You know, if you're this many buttons, the door should have closed a long time ago, though. Or at least acted like you were gonna close.
Well, I mean, it's probably confused as hell. Like this person is clicking all these buttons and the do not close button. What do I do? I mean, if I was the elevator, I'd be like,
right here, this girl is not gonna sit here and attack me.
So if Busy was the elevator, he would have closed already. I would have been left confused. What do you want?
Girl, get the next ride. Catch the next ride. Can you
imagine the person who was probably trying to, you know, on the other floor, get the elevator? They're like, why isn't this damn elevator coming?
What's going on here? You know, I'm trying to get to my crack. I told him upstairs. That was like 30 minutes ago.
He's probably gonna leave and sell my crack.
Yeah, he's gonna leave. Yeah, he's gonna leave. And then I told the night stalker to go pick me up sometime. Like, when are you gonna make it? What's going on down there?
Probably going down to the manager and be like, "Look, lady, the elevator's broken. I'm trying to get my crack."
Right.
Oh, sorry,
the government pays good money for me to stay here. We need to make sure that the elevators are working as properly as possible. I've been here for 15 years. It's unacceptable.
Because you know the residents that have been there for a while are bougie.
Oh, yeah, they own the place.
We stay in a historic building, okay? These elevators need to work.
Right. So what else happened? Because this was kind of like the end of the entire second episode, and then we're going to go into episode 2 and 3 one of these days. So they talk about the Night Stalker. We already know that. And then the web sleuths talk about what's going on social media. And that's pretty much it. We see the video. We see her get stuck. We see her get caught. Mm-hmm. And now it's us trying to figure out what happened. And in episode 3, we finally figure out what happened to her. It's really sad. And it still doesn't make sense to me. It still does not make sense to me. I'm sorry. Call me a conspiracy theorist. He needed tools to open it up. And it was heavy.
Yeah, that's the only thing that confused me was the door for the thing.
And there's no access up there.
Yeah, but upon knowing her mental health and stuff, her actions and stuff was making more sense to me. Yeah. Because I know people who are bipolar and who have depression, and if they're not on their medication, it's a whole different experience.
That's what they say in the next episode. Those girls who shared that twin Target college student bedroom with her.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. Can we please get out of here? That girl's like a psycho.
Right.
Put me on like the 6th floor.
Yeah.
I'll even take the 6th floor.
We're paying $50 in total for this room. And we're trying to get the downtown experience. And we didn't sign up for crazy. Okay. We didn't
totally ruining it for us.
Yeah. This is not our vibe.
And can we get another floor? The orange is just way too much. So that's it. Thank you guys for rocking with me and Maranda for episode 1 and 2 of what is it called?
This is so much fun. We have to definitely do more murder stuff.
We talked way more than I thought we were going to talk.
Yeah, well, I mean, we basically dissected the entire hotel and their decor.
Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah.
Well, let's call it a Section 8 rental property.
Well, you know what's interesting is that there was a Section 8 area by where we lived, like literally the next block.
Yeah.
And we had applied. We didn't get it. I was 7 months pregnant. And I almost got in a fight with some guy for pushing me while we were trying to get the application. Whatever. Anyways, but they were really nice. And they were like beautiful Section 8 area. And so I was like, damn, the government is really coming through for this Section 8 section. Like this.
As they should. Just because you have to live in the slums. And it took them this long to figure that out.
It was literally brand new. And if you were to see it, you would not think Section 8. You would think like nice area.
I also deserve a recreational center too. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God that they changed. A lot of states have pushed towards changing those aspects because you don't need to live in slums just because you don't have enough money to do so. I mean, the government said they're going to help you. Make sure your vouchers work for who you say your vouchers going to work for. Make sure that those checks go to whomever you said they're going to go to. I don't want to hear no landlord say, "Oh, sorry, we don't take those." The government said you do. So make sure that you can take them. And I'm going to be living up here in this high rise with you, Billie Eilish.
And you know what's even crazier is people pay a lot of money to live in that area that the Cecil is.
Mm-hmm.
I could never. It would never be
coming. I think it's like an investment property. Like it's like one of these days we're going to reinvest in this. I mean,
it's been like 30 years, so it's like, okay, come on. Like,
well, we gotta wait for all of the stuff to come out of the water. We're almost at the end of all of the individuals who had to be there for Skid Row concentration camp. So we're just waiting for our last final ones to
roll out.
To roll out. We're just waiting for them to really get the ball rolling, and then we can really start to do more development. But we got a couple more left.
I mean, it doesn't seem like the government's going to give up the Cecil, so it seems like that's going to be a government-funded residence.
They need a new approach, and we need to lobby for extra funds to the Cecil Hotel because that place is a mess, and no one should be living in a space like that. Or if so, it should be temporary living with a cap of 2 weeks. And then, you got to leave for a week, and then maybe other people can come in, and then you can come back. But this whole, you staying for months and months and months and months, if they have those type of issues, then you need to give them to health facilities, mental health facilities, or other emergency care services. But if this is going to be here's a place for you to get back on your feet, okay?
Yeah.
You need to be there for, let's do 3 weeks at max because that's what, it takes to make a habit. Let's do 3 weeks max or 1 week off. This is not where you live, girl.
You know what would be better, I think, if they renovated the whole thing, and maybe made that a women's up-and-coming home or shelter, like for women with children who need a place to get their stuff together. Not where where the government just throws drug addicts or people with mental health issues. That should not be where it is because it's just going to enable the area to be or to not do better, Yeah. All of those people should be in specific communities or what's the word where you get better mentally or with your addiction, not just thrown into a hotel room to just sit there and think about your life
and do nothing. We need wraparound services and a full program. You need to say if you are going to live here for these 3 weeks, you have to be a part of the program. So we're going to hook you up with, now that, they're not already overworked, but you're going to have your own case with social worker. They're going to hook you up to some programs in the community. We're going to put you on federal assistance programming. You can get your food, you can get your SNAP, you can get your health care. Yeah. You got all of that stuff. And then now we're going to start marketing you out for your job.
And you can stay there for as long as you are in attendance to your necessary classes.
No, I think 3 weeks. Yeah, 3. Because think about the homeless people in LA. We got to get
if they're
the tools necessary.
If they are going to their classes, checking in with their social worker, and testing negative for whatever substances that they were addicted to, and maybe even get a regular job, then they can stay there for 6 months. And then after that, you're going to be put into like an actual Section 8 house, like an apartment, because we got other people coming in.
Yeah, I think we create another building. See, y'all listen to me and Miranda. We create another building that gives them pathways to housing. So they remove themselves from the Cecil because I don't want to be around the negative energy or who brought them
so the 3 weeks at the Cecil, then you go to the other secondary building. You can stay there for 6 months. You have to check in to your classes. You have to test negative. You also have to get a job. Once you get the job and you keep the job, then you can go to your own little apartment, government funded.
We help you with your vouchers, and we do like a pay program.
Exactly. I mean, I feel like Busy and I should really just be running everything.
To be honest, and it was that simple. It was that simple. But yet she wanted to splash paint on the walls. Okay, it was this simple for them to do this, and I didn't understand why she didn't give any pushback. And I hate to go in on that lady like this, but for them to say that to her, like, okay, there's nothing you could do, and then you just be like, okay, no, girl. Then if this was going to be a government-funded building and you don't have no experience, her thing was it's just a capitalism, because you could have said, well, then this is going to be the best, government-funded structured building that you've ever did see, and we're going to have programs and this and that. No. The girl who's never been in the never been in the hotel industry decided, you know what, I'm going to prove you, or I bet you I will get a great hotel. And you changed it up, and we still had deaths and murders and people in the water.
Yeah. I mean, if I was her, I would be like, okay, well, can I hire some people that can help all of these residents and these homeless people and these addicts and things like that need the help? Like, if we're going to stick to being government ran and things like that, then what can I do who can I hire to help these people while I also try to help this hotel? Help me, help them, help you, help us.
Help us all.
Everybody. Yeah.
It's a waste of money. Okay, let's do a rolling schedule where the first 2 years, fine. I got, the rest. I get 3 floors, I get the rest. If there is success and we actually make a profit of whatever allocation we can say, then I get another floor. So if we get over $5,000 and $500,000 in profit that year because of the work that I did, I get another floor until we have residual things, and then it's just a full hotel. If she wanted to go the hotel route, because at this point she was being very haphazard with letting those individuals be around individuals who were probably like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, just trying to get us there. They living in bunk beds, for God's sakes, just trying to see the city. And she thought it was a good idea to put them with the Night Stalker.
Yeah, she was slapping a bumper sticker on a turd, She
needs to get sued. I'm suing her. We are suing her. If you all would like to become a part of the class action lawsuit, we are going to make sure that anybody who has stayed at that hotel and encountered any of the individuals who killed someone, bit someone, died themselves, aggressively attacked someone.
If there was feces thrown at you,
for sure. If you were asked more than 3 times, because I got to give leeway. If you were asked more than 3 times in one day, if you would like drugs, please let us know and put your name in the comments, and we will be doing a class action lawsuit, and it's going to go specifically towards the women who put this hotel together and said, you know what would be great, okay? What would be fantastic is if in the middle of the hotel, same elevators, we had people who had no idea they were living with individuals who were on substance abuse, Section 8, and problems. Okay, in the middle of the hotel, so they can ride on the elevator with the first 2 floors. And then if there's a really rush day, they may be on the elevator with everybody from 6 through 14.
You know what I'm curious? I just thought of, could there be like a false advertisement situation here? Because you're telling me I'm staying at the Stay on Main, but I'm really staying at the Cecil Hotel. You're telling me I'm staying at a safe hotel, but I'm really staying at Hell's Gateway.
I think because of how they actually marketed and separated it contractually, because the government had those specific parts and then the for-profit business, the corporate had the other parts. So you are going to stay in Maine. It's just in the Cecil Hotel.
Yeah.
You guys, this was so much fun. Thank you guys for rocking with us. We'll tell you when we're going to go live again and talk about the last 2 episodes. You do not want to miss it. It's really good. If you have not seen it already, make sure you guys go catch up on it. It is a really good documentary. I want y'all to do on Snapchat, on Instagrams, on TikToks, on Twitters, Facebook. Give me your best impression of the lady who runs the hotel. Okay.
Yeah.
Best impression. I want to see your best impression of the lady who runs the hotel. Her stank face. Okay.
Yeah, I'll start.
I loved working there. It has a bad name, but we all loved it.
Do you know how many deaths happened there when I worked there? Okay, there was a lot of deaths, and it was scary to work there.
It gets worse, you guys. It gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
Well, kind of, because we kind of knew the story already, so they didn't give me a lot more information that I didn't know before. But they did open my eyes to some aspects, and I was like, "Craw."
I thought it was a really well put together documentary. Like I said, there was just a few things that I was kind of like, I wish they would have included, like the family. I would have liked to have heard their end. But I felt that they pretty much got each department handled.
Each department, yeah.
Yeah, they got the web sleuths, they got the YouTubers, they got the weird LAPD guy, they got the lifeless-eyed manager. I mean, they kind of hit every angle. Oh, they got the janitor.
They got the homeless guy who's not homeless anymore.
Yeah. I wonder how they got him.
I wonder too.
Like, did they put a notice in front of the Cecil or like throughout LA? Like,
looking for Skid Row, residents.
Like now casting, if you were on Skid Row from the 80s on, and you stayed at the Cecil, and you know about Elisa Lam, contact us.
We want your story.
You need to hit all those points though.
And y'all, can y'all tell me? Can y'all bring during our next video janitors' rights? Because this janitor was underpaid, and that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. With the amount of dead bodies that he had to see, and then the lady's like, "Go to the roof and check."
Yeah, and then finding out that it's like a trek to get to the roof. It's not. Well, actually, no. They had that one. Never mind. They had that entrance.
Who's the water in LA?
The what?
What's the water service? You have to pay for water? What is it called?
The water department? I don't know. I think it's the water, LA Water. I don't know.
Let me see, because this is what y'all should have been calling the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. Y'all need to call the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. Don't tell the janitor to go up there and look at the water. You need to contact Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, the lab. Y'all need to contact the lab because they deal with why is the water not working? What's going on with the pressure? Y'all got that man who said, "Look, I only know how to do a couple of things on the switch box."
Yeah.
You want me to go upstairs and see if we could do what with the? And how do I take the lid off? Do y'all still have the instruction manual?
Right, and he went up there by himself. Like, what if he had fallen in?
What if he did it? That's just my thing because it was very good. We'll talk about it later. Yo, if you want to know more about me and everything that's going on, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter, BusyBlu, no space, no E. You can also find me on Facebook, The BusyBlu, where you don't get anything new or special. Maranda, tell the people where they can find you.
Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I'm really everywhere. But on Twitter, I'm at HonestlyHonaker. Instagram at Maranda Bella Marie. And if you want to follow me on TikTok, I'm The Balanced Virgo, because I'm a Virgo Libra, so I'm balanced.
The branding is all over the place.
Well, to be honest, I have like ADHD with my usernames. Like I love it one day, hate it the next day, and I just only have Honestly Honaker because that's usually where my YouTube people are.
Yeah. Do you ever get confused?
No. Because
Really?
I know. So Instagram has become my like. I guess I'll check Instagram. Twitter is where I
That's where I
laugh.
live.
I
Yes.
love Twitter. Twitter is really fun. I want to change my name there, but that, like I said, that's where my YouTube people are. So that's whatever. And then TikTok is where my Gen Zer people are who like me because I'm kind of a funny millennial. I don't know.
I don't take nor talk, and I won't be doing so. I know Jolene wants us to start doing TikToks. I'm grown.
Oh, I love TikTok. I am not too grown for TikTok.
I feel like there's just so many things that you have to do, and I could have done a whole commercial for my channel by the time that I was sitting here doing this dance, and it's just like,
oh, I don't do dances. I have zero rhythm for that. I am not even going to attempt it.
What do you do?
I'll like make fun of astrology or like my siblings. You know, like I just posted a TikTok making fun of my sister, who's the middle child.
Oh, they already have it hard.
Well, that was basically what I was making fun of her over.
I love you, Miranda. You guys, if you want to see any of those things, you can also follow Miranda. Everything is in the description box right there for you. I even have her Cash App, Venmo. If you want to say, hey, girl.
Every point, I was like, oh, Busy, you're so cute.
I care about you. So if y'all want to get a girl $1 or two, don't get crazy. My birthday's coming up.
I mean, you can get crazy for both of it. Like, if you can get crazy for one, you can get crazy for both.
Save some coins for me, $1 or two. Okay, go over and slide her $1 or two. You know, if you're feeling frisky. Okay. We had so much for today. We can't wait to tell you guys when we're gonna do part 2. Make sure you guys watch it. Get your popcorn. It's going to be a doozy. I'll tell you this: the girl dies in the end. The girl dies in the end.
Yeah. Spoiler.
Spoiler alert: the girl dies in the end. Okay. We will see you all later. Bye.
Bye.